Morning, my dear students. Yesterday is for memories, tomorrow is an imagination, but today is real gift. Yes, so we should live in present. We should enjoy our present. We should not spoil our present by thinking that, oh, why did it happen in our past and what will happen in our future. Rather, we should enjoy what is happening today. We should create memories in today so that when today becomes past, we can remember those memories. So the topic for the day is The Little Prince. And this is a story about a little prince, or you can say an imaginative character that has emerged from the imagination of the author of the chapter. Actually, this little chapter is not a chapter, it is just an extract from a novel written by a French writer. Written by whom? Written by a French author. A French author. The name of that French author is Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. What is his name? Antoine de Saint-Exupéry was a French writer, aviator, poet and author. Raised in an aristocratic family. Aristocratic family means very sophisticated people who were mostly in some administrative services. Okay, very aristocratic family. He fell in love with aviation at an early age. He fell in love with aviation. Now, what is aviation? Aviation means the industry that deals in these flight, aeroplanes. Okay. This airlines. So he fell in love with aviation at an early age. Aviation at an early age when he traveled for the very first time by an aeroplane at the age of 12. At the age of 12, when he traveled for the very first time, he fell in love with aviation. And that time he decided, he thought to become a pilot. He thought of becoming a pilot. He received his pilot's wings during his compulsory military service in 1922. He received his pilot's wings. Pilot's wings means to fly a plane. The permission to fly a plane. Okay, pilot's wings means to fly the permission to fly an aeroplane. He got that permission during his compulsory military service in 1922. Compulsory military service, my dear children. At that time in France, it was compulsory that the boys of the family will join army. It was not so in India, but many other countries. After the World War II, they made it compulsory that at least one or two boys of the family. In England, it was compulsory for the eldest son of the family to join military services. Okay, similarly in France, it was compulsory for the boys to join military. Means there was no choice. There was no choice of any profession. The first profession that you have to opt in your life is military. It was a rule over there in previous years. In 2001, this rule was waived off, and it was to means now after 2001 people had choice to opt a career of their own, but before that it was a compulsory thing to join army. So he also got, during that time he also got his these pilots wings. His adventures as a pilot would supply the inspiration for all of his literary endeavors. Means whatever literary articles, literary books he has written, the inspiration for all this stuff he got from his these journeys by aeroplane, his travel by aeroplane. Okay, as a pilot, which culminated with his 1943 publication of the classic The Little Prince. This culminated, this fulfilled. Why? How? With the 1943 publication. In 1943, when his classic The Little Prince, this classic book was published, at that time only his literary he got, you can say, he got a literary success because this book has been published in more than 180 languages. Means it is a book that has been read a lot worldwide. From a literary perspective, if we see from literary point of view, his most important work was a literary children's fable for adults. Children's fable for adults means the stories that were meant to be read by children, they were for adults. So here there is satire. What is there? Satire is there here. He wants to convey that adults have killed the child in themselves, they should relive that child again. It is considered one of the greatest books in the 20th century and is one of the best selling books. As I told you, it has been translated into 180 languages, and that is the reason it is the one of the best selling, means mostly sold all over India, or sorry, all over world all the time, and becoming the subject of numerous adaptation, and many other have also got inspiration to write books on such kind of similar themes, including a Grammy winning children's album. There is a children's album also, and that has also taken inspiration from this book, The Little Prince, and this album also got a prestigious award, that was Grammy award. So the characters in the story are the Little Prince, the narrator, the grown-ups. Now here in this chapter, the narrator is the writer, okay, and this writer himself has voiced this Little Prince. Means, so we can say that Little Prince is not actually a character. Now, listen, Little Prince does not exist actually. It is just the imagination. It is just an imaginary character that has emerged from the imagination of the narrator. It does not actually, this Little Prince character, this Little Prince actually does not exist. Let's see the story at a glance. The narrator begins with a discussion on the nature of grown-ups and their inability to perceive especially important things. See, the narrator begins with a discussion. See, let's find out something first, relate to our life. See, when we are young, we want to do things. We want to make paintings, we want to make many other things we want to do. But our parents say this is useless, focus on your studies. This is what is told by our adults, by our parents, by our grandparents, whosoever is there. Means they don't understand the feeling, that the emotion, the joy, the fun that we get in doing all those things. Okay, similarly, the narrator of the story also was fond of making drawings, but as whenever he used to go to those adults to show his drawings, they used to say, stop making these paintings, better you focus on civics, history, geography, arithmetic. Okay, they used to say focus on all these things rather than making all these drawings, because these drawings are not going to earn you any money. What will earn? All these studies will earn you a lot of money. Means they used to think from a very practical point of view. They did not have that child within themselves, they did not have that curiosity, they did not have that fun in them, and that is the reason they never understood the drawings made by the narrator. So same things happen in our life also. So narrator begins with a discussion on the nature of grown-ups and their inability to perceive especially important things. As a test to determine if a grown-up is enlightened with like a child, he shows them a picture that he drew at the age of 6 depicting a snake which has eaten an elephant. The narrator begins with a discussion on the nature of grown-ups, the behavior of grown-ups, that how do they behave, how do they think, how do they act, and their inability to perceive especially important thing, and their inability, that they are unable to perceive, to see is things that are very important. Actually, they miss all the important things just because they do not have high imaginative power as like a child. As a test, just to test this skill of the grown-ups, he determines if a grown-up is enlightened. Enlightened means a person who can see beyond the things that are visible to the eyes. Understood? If I am able to see something, I can perceive the things, I can see the things that are beyond that. Means somebody has something has said something to me, but I am able to see the things that are beyond that, the essence of the thing, the meaning of the thing. If I am able to find out. You people might have heard about Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha is what? He was able to understand things. It is said now that Lord Buddha achieved enlightenment. Okay, it is said that Lord Buddha achieved enlightenment. He understood things, the mysteries of the world, the mysteries of things. He understood all these things that were beyond the capacity of a normal human being. Understood? So it is, what is this enlightenment? It is an action of enlightening, or the state of being enlightened. It is the state, it is the quality of understanding, it is the quality of insight, it is the quality of knowledge that we apply in the things that are in front of us, but we find out the hidden things. Means whatever is in front of us, if we are able to find out what is there behind that, beyond that, if we are able to perceive all these things, it means we are enlightened. So if we compare a child and an adult, we will find that a child is more enlightened, because if you will show him certain thing, he will try to find out many things out of that it can be that. You might have seen that when we get I don't know about you, but I can give you my example. When I was a child, I used to have little money with me. I used to think that I will bring this thing, I will bring that thing, I will bring this thing, I will bring a gift for my mother, I will bring a gift for my father. Means with that limited money, I used to plan out so many things. Means I had my imaginative capacity to such an extent that I could do so many things with that little bit amount of money. Means the things that be, means I could meet one child who means said that for the things that we are not able to explain. Sometimes it happens that the child is able to explain it more clearly. Understood? And sometimes the children give the different names, sometimes they give the solution to the problem in just their games. So he is saying that if a grown up is enlightened and like a child, he shows them a picture to find out whether he is like a child or not, whether he has the heart and mind of a child or not. What happens? He shows up them a picture that he drew at the age of 6, when the narrator was just a 6-year-old child. What did he do? Here we are going in flashback. Where we are going? Flashback. In old memory we are going. He has kept this drawing even today with him. Okay. So when he was just a child, what did he do? He made a drawing. Okay. In that drawing, what did he make? He made a snake who has eaten an elephant. Okay. And that is the reason the two ends of the snake's body became very thin, and the middle part, the stomach part, raised to a great height, because there was elephant inside his stomach. And because elephant is such a big animal, it would take a lot of time to digest it. Okay, so he made a drawing at that time, because a 6-year-old child, he drew whatever he imagined. Okay, he thought that what will happen if the boa constrictor eats an elephant. What will happen? It will look something like this. Means if it will go in its stomach will raise and it will look like this. Means whatever he thought, he made this drawing on a paper, and this drawing is there with the narrator even today when he is a grown up. Okay, and to find out that whether the child is there in an adult or not, he shows the picture to the adult. And when the adults does it, the grown-ups always reply with that the picture depicts a hat. And when the grown-ups reply that it is not a picture of a boa constrictor that has eaten an elephant, rather they say that this picture shows the picture of a hat. So he knows to talk of reasonable things to them rather than fanciful. Then he immediately understands that he is not the right person with whom he should share his imaginative talks, with whom he should not, with them he should not share his imaginative ideas, because they will not be able to understand him. They will think he is out of his mind, he is mad. They will think like this about the narrator. So he thinks better to talk these people about logical things, about the datas, about what is happening in the world, rather talking about that what can be done and what can be the imagination. Instead of talking all these things, such people should be talked about perfect datas, perfect things happening in the world, money, history, geography, mathematics, all these things they should be talked about. Only logical things should be talked about to them, with them, not the emotional and imaginative things. The narrator becomes a pilot, and one day his plane crashes in the Sahara, far from civilization. The narrator becomes a pilot. What does narrator become? Narrator becomes a pilot as he dreamed of. Okay, he's successful in becoming a pilot, and one day what happens? His plane crashes in Sahara Desert. You might have heard about Sahara Desert. Far from civilization, and till where his eyes could see, he found that there was no vegetation, there was not even a single person who could give him a company. He has 8 days of water supply and must fix his aeroplane to be saved. He had 8 days supply, 8 days of water supply. Now see, children, when an army officer goes on a mission, he carries some supply with him. Okay, this you people might have heard in No Further Than Mandya also. The children said na, that they have taken all the supplies with them. All the supplies with them means all the eatable water and all these things. Okay, so when a military person goes or a pilot goes on a mission, he carries all the supplies for certain period of time, like for 8 days, 10 days, maybe 1 month with them, so that they can survive easily if they are in a unfavorable condition. Like in landing in Sahara Desert is not a favorable condition, it is a unfavorable condition, because here he cannot meet anyone, he cannot get any help, he cannot get water, he cannot get food. So he had 8 days water supply with him, and might be some food also with him, and he must fix his airplane to be saved. And it was very important for him to fix, means repair his aeroplane within these 8 days if he wanted to save himself. And because he thought that there he cannot find anyone to help him, because there was no habitation over there in that Sahara Desert at that place. See, this is the writer with his plane after the crash in Sahara Desert. This is the actual picture of the writer. In the middle of the desert, the narrator is unexpectedly greeted by a young boy who is nicknamed as the Little Prince. Now, what is nickname? Nickname is, for example, somebody's name is Kavya, okay, and at home she is addressed as Kavi, okay. So this is what is called nickname, right? So in the middle of the desert, the narrator is unexpectedly greeted, means he was expecting nobody, because far and wide nobody was there, and suddenly somebody came and said hello to him. And who was that? That was a young boy who is nicknamed as the Little Prince. So what name is given to that boy? That is the Little Prince. Now mind it, in the Sahara Desert there is nobody, suddenly Little Prince comes. Okay, so you can say that it is a character that has emerged from the imagination of the writer, that has come out. Who has given birth to this Little Prince? It's the author's imagination. The author's imagination has created this Little Prince, has given birth to this character, Little Prince. And upon encountering the narrator, means after meeting the narrator, the Little Prince asked him to draw a sheep, asked him to make a sheep on a sheet of page. The narrator first shows him old picture of the elephant inside the snake, and the narrator again does the same thing that he has done with the adults. He shows the same picture to this little boy also, and to his surprise, what happens? The prince interprets it correctly, means explains the picture correctly. He says that he does not want a boa constrictor that has eaten an elephant to be made. He wants a lamb to be made, sorry, sheep to be made. After 3 failed attempts at drawing a sheep, so now the narrator started making sheep because he felt very happy that at least somebody could understand his picture after so many years, because at the age of 6 he drew this picture and today he is a pilot, and till now nobody could understand his picture. Every time he had to explain it to everyone that what was there in the picture, and this is for the very first time happening that the little prince understood the picture without any explanation. Now he gets ready to draw the picture of sheep, but in three times he draws, and 3 times the little prince rejects, saying that it is looking very big, it is looking like a ram, not a sheep, it is looking like a old lamb, sick lamb. So this way he rejects, and then the frustrated narrator simply draws a box. And then what happens? The narrator becomes frustrated and he draws a box, and claiming that the sheep the prince wants is inside the box, and tells the little prince that the sheep that he wants is closed inside the box. Again to the narrator's surprise, and again this adds to narrator's surprise. The prince exclaims, the prince says, this was exactly the drawing he wanted, that this was the exact drawing that he wanted. He lives, he is very small, where he lives everything is very small, and he did not want a very big sheep, he wanted a very small sheep that could come in such a small box. So he agrees with this box drawing. Now what is the theme of the story? The theme of the story: the little prince draws unflattering portraits of grown-ups as being narrow-minded. In contrast, children come to wisdom through open-mindedness and a willingness to explore the world around them and within themselves. So you can say it is a kind of satire on grown-ups, because here the writer has tried to depict a picture of grown-up people who are very narrow-minded, who think to a certain level, not beyond that, while the children think the children have no boundaries, no limitations of their thinking. They can think any damn thing, but the adults have made their own boundaries. They have set boundaries for their own self, and they think to that extent only, not beyond that. They think only how to earn money, how to spend it, how to eat, how to sleep. Only these are the things that they think, nothing else. Rather, children think more than that. And in contrast, children come to wisdom, while in contrast he has shown that children are wise, open-minded and willing to explore the new things in the world all around them. Other themes are adventure. Adventure means a daring or an unusual task. The narrator's struggle for life in the Sahara Desert. His plane crashed, nobody nearby, and within 8 days he has to repair his ship also. This is all shows that he was an adventurous fellow. Okay, it was a great adventure in his life. Imagination. The third theme is imagination. The narrator is imaginative in the sense that he draws an imaginary picture of a snake swallowing an elephant. So this is again an imaginative picture. The character of the little prince is imaginary and fictitious, means fictional. The character of little prince is imaginary, means I told you that it is this character of little prince has been given birth by the narrator's imagination. It does not actually exist, it is fictional. Fictional is what? Imaginative. So this is the end of the story, my dear students. What you have to do? You have to listen to this audio carefully and try to understand the things, and tomorrow we will be discussing the text from the book. Thank you and have a nice day.